Research shows that the average person picks up their phone around 96 times a day. Imagine seeing your goals, the things you want to manifest, the intentions you have for this year 96 times a day. That is incredibly powerful, and it's an effortless way to keep your intentions front and center. This is Bold Intentional Life, the podcast for moms who are ready to stop sleepwalking through life. Hi, I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I know how easy it is to get caught up in the daily grind, running on autopilot, feeling overwhelmed, and wondering if this is all there is. But here, we're about taking back control, realigning with what matters most, and making every moment count. You deserve more than just going through the motions. It's time to step into a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment, one small, impactful change at a time. Each week, we'll dive into real talk, practical tips, and empowering conversations to help you shift from just getting by to fully showing up for yourself, your family, and your dreams. No more waiting. Your bold, intentional life starts now. Welcome back to the A Bold Intentional Life podcast. I'm your host, Jessie, and I'm very excited about today's episode because we are going to be diving into the world of goals, manifesting our dreams, and vision boards. But we're going to talk about a really fun, creative, and powerful way to help you get clear and manifest those dreams through a vision board in 2025, but with a twist. So instead of your typical scissors, glue, and old magazines and flipping through them and trying to find the right things to fit, we are actually going to be talking about going digital with your vision boards and how I use Canva to do that. And let me tell you, this has been a game changer for me. I will be sharing not only how to create a super personalized vision board in Canva, but also why this method works, the science behind visualization, and how setting it as your phone desktop or wallpaper, there's mine that I made for this year, can help your goals become second nature. So grab your drink. I've got mine right here. Get cozy and let's make those dreams of yours come to life this year. All right, so first of all, let's talk about why vision boards work and the science of visualization. Now, I love visualization for many, many different reasons. I have used it a lot of times in performing back in the day when I did dance or cheerleading or gymnastics, visualizing yourself completing those tasks, completing that routine, doing it beforehand. I used that in my adult life when I got into competitive powerlifting, visualizing those lifts. I started doing it in the mornings as moms and visualizing a successful morning and how it went in my head, getting everyone off to school smoothly. Visualization is incredibly powerful. It is a proven technique that helps our brains focus on achieving. The science behind visualization is really, really cool. But just to keep it simple, science shows that imagining yourself succeeding actually activates the same neural pathways as doing the task. It's why it's so powerful. When you go over it and over it and over it in your head again, when you do it in real life, your brain's like, oh, duh, we already did this. We know what to do. This is not our first rodeo, right? Not our first time doing this. So when we repeatedly expose ourselves to visual reminders of what we want or what we want to achieve, those neural pathways gets etched into our subconscious and it helps influence our actions, it helps influence our decisions, and it helps it become second nature without us even realizing it. The power of visualization is so, so cool. It's one of those topics that I could definitely nerd out on the science for a while. I won't do it here, but I could definitely go into that. So this is why a vision board is so popular and why they are so powerful. When done right, it's a constant, that's key, visual cue of your dreams and goals. It gets planted into your brain over and over and over again of the things that you want, the things you want to achieve, the decisions you need to make, the actions, the habits you need to start implementing. It helps you stay aligned and motivated when life gets busy because your brain is so focused on that goal that these distractions come in and your brain is like, that's okay though, because I know where I'm going. I know where the goal is. It like helps you keep the blinders on because, hi, it's fun to sit down at the beginning of the year and cut out all the pretty pictures and have the fun, inspirational words and do the things. And then life happens and we put the vision board away or we never get it out again because life gets hectic. So once we make it, we need to keep it top of mind and we need all of the tools that we can have to help us keep our goals top of mind. It's why I love vision boards. It's not just about the pretty pictures, it's not just about the aesthetic. I have seen some gorgeous vision boards popping up on social media lately that have a really pretty aesthetic, but it's not just about that. Like, yes, we want it to be nice to look at and visually appealing, but they are actually powerful, powerful reminders of where we're headed. And this leads me into why I like a digital one. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do a physical one because I do think that there is incredible power between the physical of like tangible, holding it, putting it on paper, putting it into the physical 3D world. But this is but I'm leaning into Canva for this year. Number 1, it's quick. It's easy, it's not messy, you can get it done, it's all in one place, and it allows you to create something that is entirely yours. You can use personal photos, which I have done before. You can use quotes that speak to your soul and designs that feel authentic to you. You can search for specifically the images that you want, not just whatever the magazine you happen to have has in it. And yes, I've seen vision board kits that you can get, but again, those are mass produced. You're going to have the same pictures that at least 15, if not, 100 or 200 or 1,000 other people are going to have on their vision boards. Because I liked that. I liked the idea of getting something easy and simple and put together for me that I didn't have to go and find magazines. Because let's be real, magazines are kind of hard to come by these days. And so I liked the idea originally of like a vision board kit, but then it felt mass produced. And I don't know about you, but my goals aren't mass produced. My goals are mine. They're unique, they're personal. And so I wanted my vision board to reflect that, to be my personal thing, to be really curated by me. So when you see your own photos, like adding in your actual dream vacation spot, not just like a picture of a beach or something, or the actual home you want to create, or putting yourself, like a picture of yourself onto your vision board, achieving something. Hi, with AI and with Canva and with all these things, like you can make something. I sometimes will pick like an image of the back of someone doing something. So like the hair looks like me. Um, so that it feels, I want to capture that feeling so that when I look at my vision board, I get the feeling of achieving that thing, that I get to actually like lean in and feel what that feels like. I love being able to make it more and more personal because it really does become such a reflection of your vision and not just someone else's, not something mass produced, not something that I just found that could maybe work because it was in the magazine I was using. And here's why I like what I did and putting it on my phone. Research shows that the average person picks up their phone around 96 times a day. Now, I'm going to be very open and vulnerable right now, and I know mine is more than that. And I'm actually going to show you. So you can go onto your phone and you can get all of your stats for how often you are picking everything up on your screen time. Just for today, I'm at 113 pickups. So that is a lot of times for me to be seeing my dreams, my goals, my hopes for myself this year, the intentions that I have, how I want to live on purpose. So the average is 96. I am over average. I am not surprised. But I'm going to put that to good use. I instead of being mad at myself for how often I pick up my phone. Now, granted, I do a lot of work on my phone. It's there for my workouts. I'm picking it up every single time to input things, whatever. There's all the excuses in the book. But imagine seeing your goals, your hopes, your dreams, the things you want to manifest, the intentions you have for this year 96 times a day. That is incredibly powerful, and it's effortless. It's an effortless way to keep your intentions front and center. It's not something where you have to have a poster board displayed in your home because honestly, some people don't want that. They don't want it, doesn't go with the aesthetic of their home or the decor of their home. It's sometimes kind of messy, especially if you were, gluing and putting things on. Like it's not something that you might want front and center, but in order for vision boards to work, they need to be somewhere that you see them a lot front and center, which is why having it either on a desktop, on your computer, or on your phone is such an amazing way to keep those manifestations front of mind. So, here is how you create your Canva vision board. Number one, think about it beforehand. This is kind of why we put the work in the last two episodes to kind of think about what living intentionally means to you and getting clear on your core values. I use that core values to kind of help me craft and start myself journaling some more on, okay, these are the things that are important to me. What are the goals I'm working towards? What are the daily habits that I need? What are these things? And then sitting down, with my family and my spouse and talking about the things that we wanted to do this year. Gather your inspiration and the things that you want to focus on for this year. Some areas will include your personal growth, your family, your health, career goals, money goals, travel goals, hobby goals, anything like that. And then you can get to work finding the images that represent those goals. You can either upload them to Canva, screenshot them, um, or Canva has a great search option as well. So you might be being like, well, those are mass produced too. They are, but you can make them your own. The fun thing is Canva has a lot of free templates to get you started. Literally type in vision board and a ton come up, or like collage. That's exactly how I got this one. It's literally a collage vision board. I changed some of the fonts and some of the colors to just make it more me and put in all of my own images and did stuff. Add your photos, put in your affirmations. You can even put in specific dates that you want. Play with the colors, play with the fonts, make it be yours. It's so fun. And then once it's complete, download it, screenshot it, save it, put it as your wallpaper. Easy, easy peasy, and so powerful. Now, what I want to do is I want to share how powerful this is by giving you the example of my vision board from 2020. And we're going to talk about the proof here about how powerful vision boards are. So, if I can share my screen here for a second. Okay, so here is my 2020 vision board. Now, I made this vision board way back before the podcast was even a thing. This was in January. My podcast did not even launch until September of 2020. And this was also before the whole pandemic thing and all this. So I had speaking at events. I wanted to speak more. I wanted to get more on the public stage, speaking at big events, small events, whatever. Coach I had on there, making $25,000 of my own income. We wanted to open up our own gym. I had some health goals. I wanted to hit some powerlifting personal records, 250-pound deadlift, 135-pound bench, 200-pound squat. I wanted to take our family on a family cruise or trip, launch my podcast. I wanted to go on a couples vacation. I had some ideas for decorating our home. We did not have a lot of home decor, anything really. Our home was kind of just this blank slate. It felt like a house, not a home. I wanted to launch the Positively You podcast and the brand. I wanted to write a book of some sort or journal or something, get out of debt, have some good friendships. There's a little Notre Dame football down there because I have this dream of taking my husband to a Notre Dame football game one day. So that was all of the things that I put down for 2020. Now, here's the fun thing. I did not keep this front of mind as much as I should have. It was there. I saw it occasionally. It popped up on my computer all the time, but I did not make it a screenshot on my vision board. It was not like my background, my screensaver, whatever. But here's what's fun. Now, all of this didn't necessarily happen in the 1 year, but I went back through and I put check marks on everything on this that I had been able to do. And I don't know about you, but that's pretty cool to see that many check marks. I was able to speak. I was able to make the income that I wanted to. The gym became a different way because the pandemic happened and we actually built a home gym in our own basement. And so that got manifested in a little bit different way than what I originally thought. But that's what's kind of cool about this is you put the intention out into the universe and the universe gets creative with you. We went on a family trip 2 times. We went on couples vacations 2 times. And it's really, really cool to see what happens because some of these felt incredibly far-fetched and far out. That was a dream that I was like, wouldn't it be nice if? Then I went through after I noticed all these check marks and I thought, let's put it together as if it happened. So here is the vision board in real life. I have me speaking at events and hosting our own events. I made my own income. There is a picture of my kids on the beach in Mexico. There is me hitting a PR in our own home gym, me at a powerlifting meet, hitting every single one of those numbers that I wanted. Connor and I went on a couples vacation. We went on a couple since I made that actually. I launched my podcast and I've had um, great success there. I created a journal, not a book, but a little journal that I've been terrible at marketing, but I did it. Um, I've had good friendships. We paid off 2 credit cards. Like it was so fun for me to actually take this and do this tangible thing. So that is a step further of something that you can do with your vision boards is literally like seeing it come to life. This was such a fun after effect thing for me to do. So kind of as a bonus, go back through and like when you check those off, replace the picture that you put on your vision board with the picture of you doing it. It's such a cool full circle moment when you get to kind of swap out those photos, those inspiration photos with the actual photo of it happening. It's really cool and a practice that we don't often do. We're so good at making the goals. We're so good at coming up with the word of the year. We're so good at, you know, putting all of that out there. And then we're kind of good at accomplishing it sometimes, but we don't often reflect and give ourselves credit for the things that we do. And even if they come out a little bit differently, I think about the one where we put our own gym. My husband really had this dream to open up his own powerlifting gym. And that was something where I was like, we want to do this together. And we ended up building our own gym in our home. And that has been such an incredible blessing for us. So it's kind of fun to put that out there and see, like, oh, it didn't happen exactly how I thought it was going to, but it's happened in a different way. So something that I think about too when we're making our goals is this or better, right? And you might not think that a gym in our basement is better than a full-fledged gym, right? But for us at this time in our life, that was actually better. So putting out the intention, but then allowing the universe and everything, all the forces around you to kind of work and be like, hey, this is it or better. It's really cool. All right. So here is my action steps for you. Block out some time for you to really think about your vision and your goals and the things that you want to bring to life this year, the things that you want to accomplish, and most of all, the feelings that you want to have, and then getting the idea of what that picture is that would make that feeling feel true. And then use Canva to make it uniquely you. Change up the colors, change up the fonts, put in everything that is uniquely you. And then last but not least, setting it as your phone or your desktop background and let that work its magic. Let yourself see it the 96 or 150 times that you pick this up. I've already picked it up like 4 times as we've been sitting here talking to show you. And let it work its magic. Let your goals be front of mind. Let that seep into your subconscious so that you work hard to achieve those goals. So, if you love this episode and want to share it with a friend who's ready to crush their goals alongside with you in 2025, go ahead and share it Also, don't forget, I have a free guide that is simple shifts to live intentionally this year. If you want to get that, the link is in the show notes below as well. And then that'll put you on my email list and you'll get something from me every week. And I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me and helping to make one of my vision board dreams come true. Hosting this podcast for the last 4 years, almost five, has been a dream come true. Getting to connect, getting to put goodness out into the world, getting to use my talents as being good at speaking, at being a good storyteller, at being an excellent coach, at helping women tap into their potential and create lives that they love, lives of intention and purpose. Thank you for being here so that I can fulfill part of my vision and part of my dream. And I want to pay it forward and help you do the same. If you think that you need someone close to you, helping you along the way, hand holding you a little bit, if this podcast is great, but you're like, I need a little bit more, I do currently have a couple of coaching spots open, and I would love to walk alongside you and guide you and help you create the life that you love and help you with the designing of that and help you with the action steps to get you there. Shoot me an email, hit reply to any of the ones that I send over to you, or head to jessielarson.com and we can get you taken care of. Until next time, I want you living boldly this week. I want you living intentionally this week and making those vision boards. If you make one, will you screenshot it? Will you send it to me? Tag me on Instagram, send it in an email. I want to see what your vision for this year is. Until next time, I'll see you next week.